Don't miss CCGCastle.com, best place for Pokemon trading card game. You can find singles for standard, legacy, or expanded format, sealed products like booster box, teams, team decks. With TCG Center 5 code, you will get 5% discount on your purchase. Check video description or visit CCGCastle for more. Hello and welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at another deck, and this time again I have the deck for the standard format, and it's a fossil deck. So yeah, I'm definitely so excited to play this and to show you my deck list. So as you can see in front of you, my friend just told me, well, we need to build this fossil deck. It's just broken. We need to test it and play with it. So yeah, definitely I agree with him. It's, I would say, a Shaymin-EX killer. I mean, that Aerodactyl is just a beast. I mean, with a single double Colorless energy, you can hit with the Jet Draft for 120 and discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Definitely powerful card, especially against those Seismic Giratinas who runs those special energies. But also it's hard hitting against that Shaymin-EX because it can just one-hit knock out Shaymin-EX for 120. And with Omastar BREAK, you can just easily grab your opponent EX Pokemon in the front and knock him out with this Aerodactyl. So I love this deck. I love cheap and budget stuff. I mean, that's interesting to play, like Noivern Break that I played for a lot of time, and also that Guardian budget deck is definitely a good deck to play. So I decided to play this with Hawlucha, just because Hawlucha can also hit for the Flying Press for the 60, and also it can hit EX only, but has that free retreat. So free retreat is crucial, because if I started with Hawlucha in front, then I can have free retreat. If I start with the Shaymin-EX, all I can really do is the Sky Return, and that could be a definitely problem. There's not too many space in this deck, so I actually only managed to find one single space for the Float Stone. Basically, also Aerodactyl have that free retreat, so you can combine between Hawlucha and Aerodactyl if you want to attack. 2 Shaymin-EX for the setup, and also Sky Return if you need it, and 2 copies of Omastar with Restoring Beam. Once you get turn, you might search your deck for a restored Pokemon and put it onto your bench of your deck afterwards. So actually with Omastar you can grab either way another Aerodactyl. And also that 2 copies of Omastar BREAK with that special ability that I said, that you can Lysandre your opponent EX. Why I'm playing 2 copies of each of these? Well, because you never know, maybe you can stack with one of these in price cards, same as the 2 copies of Archie, and you can find yourself in a huge trouble. From item cards, I'm running 3 Battle Compressors, since I didn't manage to find a space for the 4th one. Only 1 copy of Fossil Excavation Kit, so basically I can put 2 Helix, 2 Old Amber Aerodactyl cards from my discard pile into my hand. 3 copies of Maintenance, definitely good card. I can shuffle any 2 cards from my hand and grab 1 card from the top of my deck. It's good if I want to cut down my cards for that Archie, but it's also good because, I mean, I can just not discard 2 cards from my hand. I can shuffle them back into my deck and draw 1 extra card, and this can be definitely good if I want to play that Archie. I mean, it can be also replaced with the Acrobike, or maybe some other card that can actually give you a little more potential, like Reserved Ticket, or maybe even 1 more Float Stone or stuff like that, maybe even 1 Stadium or Excavator Kit. But I think that for early game, if you want to set up your Archie, that's the best card you were looking for. Also 4 copies of Old Amber Aerodactyl. Maybe I'm just crazy if I want to play 4 of these, but I think I need to play 4 of these, because if I find in the top 7 cards Aerodactyl, I can just put it down onto my bench. And I can hit for 120 turn 1, which is definitely powerful. 3 copies of Reserved Ticket. That's the reason why I'm playing 3 copies of Battle Compressor, Maintenance, Reserved Ticket. That's the reason, because I play Super Rod, I play Target Whistles, I play Float Stone, so some other cards. I need to find some space so I can tag some better cards. I mean, Reserved Ticket is not that bad. If you get heads on the coin flip, you can search your deck for any card and put it onto the top of your deck. So definitely powerful card. Also 1 copy of Super Rod, so I can put back my Aerodactyls in my deck. Target Whistle times 2, put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto his or her bench. Basically, if you manage to set up that Omastar BREAK. 99% if your opponent plays Shaymin-EX and if you manage to knock out one with those target whistles with just a single turn or two, like with 3 turns of attack, you can just finish the game and grab 6 prizes. 4 copies of Trainers Mail, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 4 copies of Versus Seeker, pretty much staple. 2 Archies, just in case one is in the prize. Definitely you need to have Archie on your turn 1. Copy of Lysandre, 2 Ants, and 2 Sycamores. Since I'm playing a Teammates in this deck also, I'm looking forward, if I don't play turn 1 very good, if I can't open with Aerodactyl and Knockout, I can just sacrifice my Hawlucha, either way play Battle Compressor for Teammates and grab it in 2 cards I really want. Only 1 Parallel City, so I can try to reduce the damage on my opponent, or just lock him down to 3 Pokémons. Not too many space in this deck. I should definitely try to take 1 more Silent Lab, because then I can hit for weakness, those Pokémons who are weak to the fighting with my Hawlucha. For a single energy, and from the energy cards I'm playing 4 double Colorless and 3 fighting energies pretty much in this deck. So if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on the CCGCastle.com. I provide you a link in the video description, so that's pretty much all. So yeah, let's move to some game tests so you can actually see this deck in the action. So see you in the game. Alright, so let's see how this deck will work. So I'm playing against a Night March. There's a first Aerodactyl down to my bench, and all I can really do is play my N. So there's a Hawlucha and a Float Stone, so I'm looking forward to retreat down to my Hawlucha after I play this Battle Compressor. So I'm looking forward to discard Archie and Omastar. And what else I can discard? I guess, I don't know, maybe 1 Hawlucha. Definitely. I'm going to promote my Hawlucha in the front and pass for now. So, not that good. I mean, I don't have Versus Seeker. I don't have chance to grab that Archie next turn. So hopefully I can try to top deck something. I mean, I can knock out that Mew without any problem. Not with my Shaymin, but with my Aerodactyl. But in that case, I'm probably going to lose one of my Aerodactyl. So he should probably just respond with his Poop-Kaboo on the bench. So far, he can hit for only 40. There's a Acrobike, so he discarded 1 Puzzle of Time, but he grabbed that Battle Compressor. So not bad start from my opponent, but he still needs something like Joltik on the bench and a double Colorless energy, or a double Colorless energy and a Dimension Volley, so he can actually knock out my Hawlucha, because without DC he can't actually attack, and there is a double Colorless. He can even play Sky Return if you don't find that Stadium card, which can be actually not that bad. There's a Fighting Fury Belt and another round of the Ultra Ball, so it's going to be another Shaymin-EX. So far he have 2 Shaymins in a play. Oh, what should I... Now, if I only had that Omastar on my turn 1, I could probably just grab my Omastar BREAK on my turn 2 and start to knock out those Shaymins. Exchange 1 prize for 2 prizes, but looks like this is not going to happen. So there's a town map and a Dimension Volley and a Trainer's Mail, so probably he's just going to grab that Teammates for the next turn. If I decide to knock him out, so it all depends on what I can top deck. So there's a Hex in a discard pile and another Joltik. So even without Stadium, he can just copy his Night March with this Mew, and so far he can hit for like 1, 2, 3, 620. Well, that's even enough to knock out my Shaymin on the bench. 120 and 10 more for that Fighting Fury Belt. Oh, so he decides just the Sky Return. Probably he don't have double Colorless in his hand. And look at this. Look what I just found. But yeah, I should just say thanks a lot for my opponent, because in this case I can scar return with my Shaymin-EX, remove it from the play, promote in the front my Hawlucha, and extra prize I can even take one more Omastar. So for the next turn, hopefully I can even play setup. It all depends on what I can top deck. So he just decided to play that Mew, and there's a DC, so actually he can just grab teammates for the next turn. Oh, this is not going to be good. So he just Lysandre my Aerodactyl, so he can knock him out. And I don't have attacker right now. I mean, I have just a Hawlucha, but it cannot do damage to non-EX attackers. So did he grab the teammates? No, he didn't. Just the versus Seeker. Well, I guess I need to play my N right here. Yeah. Let's just shuffle my hand and drop fresh hand. Oh, this does not look good. I mean, I can play that Battle Compressor, that's for sure. I can even discard another Archie. What? I only have one versus Seeker left? Oh, no way, I should discard my Archie then. Okay, I can discard my teammates. What else I should play? Trainers Mail. Okay, I can grab Old Amber all night long. But the question is if I can find Aerodactyl. Yes, I managed to grab one. Reverse Ticket. I mean, I can play that definitely. But what should I put on my top deck? Not 100% sure. I mean, I can go with Shaymin maybe. So I can try to set up before I decide to play my Professor Sycamore. So actually there's a bigger chance that I can grab my Omastar on the bench. I also missed a double Colorless energy right here, so I was not able to knock out my opponent Pookaboo. We are still exchanging prize for prize, but I hope I can set up my Omastar break in a play and grab those Shaymins. But I can even grab them just with a Lysandre. But this needs to happen. Sooner or later I'll be able to... Oh, there's another Lysandre host, so he is going for another round of the Aerodactyl, and he's probably just going to grab another versus Seeker from his discard pile, so let's just see that. Yeah, he grabbed another versus Seeker, so you can actually versus Seeker something on my bench. There's a Shaymin-EX I'm going to set up. Yeah, that's not good. I'm just looking forward to shuffle back my Aerodactyl and Omastar for one extra card. There's a Archie, but it cannot be played. This is kind of frustrating. I mean, I can try to find two more Aerodactyls with my Old Amber. Even one is a jackpot in this situation, so I can actually knock out this Pookaboo. Alright, so there's one. Do I have Super Rod, or I already played? No, I don't have. But I already have two of my Aerodactyls in the discard pile. This looks a little bit better. Reverse Ticket. Come on, give me one. Heads on that reverse ticket. Yep, it is heads. Maybe for that Lysandre. For the next turn, so I can try to knock out his Shaymin. So Jet Draft for 120, it's a knockout. At least I can grab one extra prize. What it could be. Versus Seeker, not bad. Alright, so he still needs double Colorless energy. in order to knock out my Aerodactyl. I know that he had that versus Seeker, but also there's a Puzzle of Time. He already played 2 Puzzle of Times, but he probably have 1 more Puzzle of Time in his hand. So with the double Puzzle of Time, he can just grab a Poop-Kaboo and double Colorless Energy. And in that situation, he can just knock out my Aerodactyl. And probably this is going to happen right now. He can even go for Lysandre and knock out my Shaymin on the bench. Yeah. There's Lysandre and the double Colorless Energy. Okay, so this is probably going to be 2 more prizes for my opponent, probably for the teammates, and maybe, I don't know, Float Stone. Okay, so there's a Night March. It's still not the end. I mean, it's still not end, definitely. I mean, I can end down my opponent to 2 cards. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm ending my opponent down to 2 cards. I mean, I could pick between knocking out that Shaymin-EX or end my opponent down to 2. And I just decide to end him down. And I can even cut his bench and remove that Dimension Volley. But here again, can just discard one of his Shaymins. So let's see what I can find with 2 copies of Trainers Mail. It all depends on what my opponent gets in this with these 2 cards with that N. So a Super Rod, which is definitely good. I can use that. And the second Trainers Mail for a Ultra Ball. And I can even use that. So the question is, do I want to play Super Rod right now? Yeah, I'm looking forward just to play Super Rod and put back 2 Aerodactyls and a Shaymin back in my deck and just go with the Jet Draft for the knockout. So my opponent cannot finish this game next turn, so he actually needs a double Colorless Energy in order to be able to knock me out. But will that happen? Oh, come on. And he even find that Battle Compressor and a double Colorless Energy. I mean, I can respond with my Shaymin if I can find a double Colorless Energy. I still have like 2 more left in my deck. But come on. I mean, he even find a double Colorless Energy. Typically Night March player, but never mind. What he have left? Dimension Volley and a Float Stone, and he even find a versus Seeker for the teammates, and he can just grab any 2 cards he wants. How bad is that? Alright, so I definitely need to find another way to end my opponent. But do I have another versus Seeker? Yes, I still have a lot of versus Seekers left. Okay, so let's see, Trainers Mail for the versus Seeker without thinking too much. I'm going to play Setup. Okay, I have enough for the knockout, so the question is if my opponent can get something from this, and I mean, I'm ending down my opponent to 1 card. If he managed to find something from the 1 single card, then I just don't know what to say. Retreat, Sky Return, and next turn I can possibly win this game by knocking out my opponent Shaymin-EX from play. So I have that versus Seeker. All I really need is Aerodactyl in the play. So he needs 2 cards. He needs a double Colorless Energy, and he needs a Stadium card. Will he be able to find it? No, so it's my turn. So it's my turn. Let's just put 1 more Shaymin down to his bench. I could play versus Seeker. Let's go with Setup for 1. I'm looking for only 1 card. and that only one card is Old Amber, and I cannot find it right now. And I don't know if I have one more energy left, so I'm just going forward to attach one of my energies down to my Shaymin, and I'm going just to play that Professor Sycamore, Old Amber, and Aerodactyl, only way to knock out my opponent. And look at this, I just got Old Amber in my hand. Let's see if I have another one left in the deck. So yes, I have. So I attached that energy card on the Shaymin. If I didn't do that, I would be able to knock out my opponent, but I can do that next turn. So all I really need is Sky Return right now. The next turn I can actually knock out my opponent with my Aerodactyl, so if that happens, I won the game, but he can still try to Sky Return if he can find something. Right now he has 3 cards in his hand, so this is not a small hand. I mean 3 cards, it's not small amount of the cards, but pretty much if he cannot do nothing, I can just retreat and hit with Aerodactyl for Jet Draft and knock out my opponent. So there's a Parallel City. I'm removed from the play with that Dimension Volley. And there's actually a victory. So I managed to grab the victory over my opponent and actually managed to beat down that Night March deck. So definitely interesting. I was not actually able to bench down my Omastar with the Archie, but at the end I managed to beat that, I would say, one of the strongest deck in a standard format, a Night March. So once again, there's a full deck list if you're looking to build something similar to this. It can be definitely improved a little bit better. It all depends. It's definitely a strong deck, but it needs a lot of playing with it, so you can actually know what you need to play, what you need to discard. You need to know exactly the all number of the cards you have in this deck. I mean, it's just way too hard to play with it. I must say that definitely. But once again, I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Don't forget to hit that like button or dislike button if you don't like it. Also, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on the CCGCastle.com. I provide you the link in the video description. Pretty much that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you already didn't for more future videos. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. So yeah, it was definitely a drama with this Night March battle. I hope you once again enjoy watching it. Till the next time, have a nice day. See you in the next video, and goodbye.